So we thank God for everyone. Yes, that's it.
The first black female officer?
Black? Oh,
Sister Fan, only a year after the first.
Okay.
First Windrush black male officer was 67 inches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. We are just at Tottenham Police Station today, the 21st of June 2023, for the official reopening of the Tottenham Police Station by the Met Commissioner, Sir Mark Rowley, did today. And we are delighted to see the museum, the police museum. And as we watch here, the first black police officer. And it concerns with the, I think, 75 anniversary for the Windrush. We are celebrating Windrush. So it's very significant, very important that the police have moved on a lot. And we are here to thank God and appreciate them for the work they are doing for the community. So, as we watch us from Omega Live TV, we'll be bringing you all this news fresh. Archbishop Frimpong Manson, BEM is my name. And we thank God. All what you are watching is what has been happening within the police, the Met Police in London. Yes, so as I say, we are here for the official reopening of the Tottenham Police Station. And it's very, very important to the community. Not only Tottenham or Haringey, but to the whole London and the wider community. So we thank God for watching. Keep on watching. We'll be bringing you more about what is happening. Here today, during the reopening of the Tottenham Police Station by the Met Commissioner, I happened to meet the leader of the Haringey Council, a woman who's dynamic and dedicated and committed. And I just want to ask her about the importance of reopening this police station and whatever.
Thank you for your kind words. It really is important. It's
and
been
the name, you can mention your name so that people know you.
Sure. So I'm Councillor Perai Ahmet, and I'm the leader of Haringey Council. So as you say, absolutely delighted that it's reopening. Really important for the community here to feel that presence, but also to feel like, you know, that they're sort of, you know, that they've got that security and presence here. Having said that, it's taken quite a long time, and clearly we've got a way to go in terms of building that partnership between the council, between the community, and the police. And I think there's been some encouraging signs from the commissioner on that. And I think locally we just need to work out how we work best together with our really valuable communities. You know, because this is really important. It is life and death stuff for all of us, but also, you know, it's a way of us coming together and working as best as we can to get those best outcomes for our young people, but also for everybody. So,
Leader, one question I want to ask you, that ever since the new commissioner Sir Mark took the post, I think this is the second time he has come to Haringey Enfield. So what do you think about how can you rate him?
So clear. I mean, there's been signs that there's going to be a greater move towards kind of that neighbourhood style of working, and we hope that there'll be more of that to come. Tottenham in particular, and Haringey has a significant. We know the history. I think for us locally, what we want is to acknowledge that history, acknowledge all the good things that are also going on in the borough. We don't want to be tainted just with what's happened. There's a lot of positivity that goes on in our borough, but similarly we want to make sure that we do address the root causes of crime as well, particularly for our young people, and, you know, try and prevent them early from getting into issues. Really, that's what we want, right? We want lots of young people with jobs and education, and not feeling the need to get involved in the things that they do. So.
One thing I want you to ask you, because when we mentioned Tottenham, we think that, is it safe and everything? But on the rate, we know that the lowest crime rate is on Broadwater Farm, which have been chair for years. So how can you talk about the crime and also how friendly are the police with the community? They are not there to arrest us, but they are there to be part of us.
I think there's been a lot of work locally for many, many years in Tottenham and in Haringey. So I think we're probably in a different place to a lot of other places, but that's not to say there's still not work that we all need to do. And with Broadwater Farm, we're putting, as a council, we're investing about £140 million into the housing there, so to try and improve the living conditions for people on the estate. News which I hope you welcome.
Also, we are speaking to the dynamic leader of Haringey Council.
Thank you.
A woman with dignity. I admire her a lot because she's always there for the community. So we just want to thank you for the good work you are doing, especially for the people in Tottenham, to bring peace and harmony to the community.
And thank you for all the work you do.
Thank you. Omega Life, we just thank God for our leader, Haringey Council leader.
Thank you.
Yes, who is the chair of the independent advisor to the police. For a number of years, I've been working with him, humble, and he's always committed and dedicated. So, Chair, can you talk to the, share to the community the importance of reopening the new Tottenham Police Station?
So Tottenham Police Station is an heroic building. It's got a lot of history to it, and A, with Tottenham, B, with London. It's a very well known landmark for a lot of incidents and a lot of things of policing of the North London over many years. And the fact that the Met have agreed to keep Tottenham Police Station and reopen it, it's a big ironic sign for the community, and it's a big push that the community have really worked hard to keep this building and to keep Tottenham Police Station alive and going forward. And I think it's very important the Met have recognised as well that what the community really feel the importance of having such a special building as Tottenham Police Station, where it has so much history lying in it, some history of community, some history of policing, and just a major part of Tottenham and a major part of Tottenham High Road.
Thank God there. And also, you said during this time, the season, about people, there are a lot of cuts because they say the time is so hard, and even some of the police stations are being closed. And now Tottenham is being refurbished, And so, what do you see the new commissioner? What is doing?
It's a good question. I'm yet to make a judgment on what's doing, but you know what? I've been involved with the Met one way or another for over 30 years now. I've seen so many things happen, the good, bad, and indifferent. Opening of such a police station is definitely a great positive sign forward. And let's see, policing London is no easy task. It's a massive challenge. Policing the Met, being ahead of the Met, is a very big task. And he has my blessing to try and get it all going and sort it out, because London need a probably good, positive, a strong police force.
One question I want to ask, so maybe people who are watching this from the community, wherever in London community, you are chair of the independent advisor to the police. What is the importance of that office? How important to the community as in chair of the independent advisor to the police?
Really important, very important. It's really important that the community work hand in hand with the police. The community have a voice within the police, and to have an independent body which can sit with the police at the highest level and talk to them on every aspect of policing of the community and of the area is of great importance and of great value.
Thank you. This is our chair of the independent advisor to the police, and they have been sharing to us the good news about the reopening of the Tottenham Police Station, and also the importance of chairing the independent advisor to the community, to the police. And I think that we are always to advise the police, and they also listen to us. And today, I just want to welcome him, and he's doing a good job. So God bless you. Yes, your name and why are you here?
Well, my name is Pastor Jeffrey Folks. I do pastor Church of God in Christ, Calvary in Northumberland Park. I'm also part of the Safer Neighbourhood Board, Haringey. Yeah. That's me. Yeah. So, and I've worked in Tottenham, been in Tottenham, lived in Tottenham for also. Yeah.
Okay, you are doing well. You are Northumberland Park.
Yes.
What is the importance of reopening Tottenham Police Station?
Well, I think the police to be in Tottenham is very important because despite what people views of the police, I think police are a very important part in keeping people safe and our communities safe. And as we know, when there's problems, the first people we call on is the police. And so having the police station in Tottenham here is very important. Tottenham goes back a long time, and the people of Tottenham needs the safety of the police to be around them. Yeah.
Yes, one thing I want to share to the public, that police are our friends. I've been chairing Broata Farm.
Yes.
And even when I was interviewing, I saw that even when you are driving and you are over speeding, immediately you see a police car, your senses come back let you slow it. So police are very important. And what do you talk about the new police commissioner? I think he had been to our borough. This is the second time since he took office. So what do you rate him? Is it friendly to the community?
Well, yes, I attended a meeting together with many pastors in Brixton as well, and he was there. And I think his desire is to bring changes to the police force and to make the police force a friendly community based police force, and that he will just ensure that all the corruptions that have taken place in the police force is eradicated, is removed. And I think that's a good thing, because it then just shows that the police do care.
You show that police do care. And thank God for our pastor, and who is pastoring the church at Northumberland Park, a very strategic area just close to Tottenham Hospital. And
my name's Zena Brabazon. I'm a Haringey councillor, and I'm for Haringey Ward with 2 R's and an A, and I'm cabinet member for Children's Schools and Families, which means I have a lot to do with the local police and the borough commander and the community safety partnership, youth justice, all sorts of areas. Yes.
You see, now you have worked a lot because you were officer before you became a councillor.
It's true.
And you know everything around Tottenham, Haringey, and everything.
Well, I live around the corner.
Yes. So what is the significance of reopening of this police station?
I'm very pleased it's never been shut. I think not having a police station on Tottenham would have been in Tottenham High Road would have been a very bad move. It is an institution. People rely on it. Respect the police. We need to have the police presence, and we need to work with the police. We know there are issues, but we need to work with the police. In my experience, the police I've worked with have always been very decent and very committed.
Thank you. And so what about the new commissioner? I think whatever he took over, he has been here for almost 2 terms. So what do you rate him?
Well, I've never met the new commissioner, but I think he's certainly making his mark. He is Mark, isn't he?
Yes.
He's making his mark.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that we'll be able to implement the findings from the Casey report. I think it's a hugely important report, and said some very difficult things, but without any ambiguity. And I think that the police need to take heed of what it said, and I'm very, very hopeful that they will.
Thank you.
Right?
This is our councillor, Zena Brabazon. He has worked a lot for the community.
And my friend Fred.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So we thank God we are all here at the Tottenham Police Station. Thank God.
Lovely.
Yes.
I'll just go say hello to Fred.
Thanks for coming. This is my place. How are you? You all right?
Yes, all right.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for coming. Yeah.
No problem. Yes.
The time don't work evening, but yeah.
All right, Jeff.
Hey, Mr. Ho.
Yeah, I'm very well. Yourself?
Yes. Got the real
deal.
Yes. So, it has been good.
Things have been Good.
This is a local TV.
Yes.
And people will be appreciating the work police are doing.
Oh, that's lovely.
I've interviewed the leader, I've interviewed the chair of the IAG,
Yep.
I've interviewed some of the community.
Perfect. Excellent.
So,
well, Limbs is there.
and we appreciate, they will be interviewed.
Yeah.
And everybody's appreciating the new commissioner.
Oh, thank you very much. We appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, so
Right, well, I'll say
when time comes in, I will bring him. Yeah, the commissioner is please, this is our dynamic commissioner of police, Sir Mark Rowley, and here today he is here to reopen our police station. And so I'm just going to ask him, Commissioner, after all the cuts and everything, why do you prioritize to opening this police station? Why even some of the police stations are being closed?
So, we've spoken before, you know how passionate I am about community policing.
Yes.
Policing stands on its relationship with communities.
Yes.
And that requires local presence, local officers.
Yeah.
And this building was a very, very sad old building, and refurbishing it, making it fit for purpose for all of our officers is so important. It's all part of us strengthening our community policing. We're going to be putting more police officers in it, more PCSOs, and turning the Met around so that everything we do is driven by what communities ask. So so the leaders of the policing of London are communities, not Scotland Yard. That's how I want it to be.
You know, ever since you became the commissioner, I've been following you. It's like by the Bible that God was God in heaven, but he came down and worked with the people according to Philippians. So because I've been following your statements and everywhere, and I've seen that you are a man of the community, and you want to work with people and to come to their level. So can you tell me whatever you have been doing? I know. So I just want to see you. I see that you are always with people to the grassroots. So can you tell me today the price? I'm putting you the same question again. There have been cuts, there have been hard times, but you have already taken off to refurbish this police station. Also, can you tell me why?
So our foundations matter, and I think during cuts there were some necessary decisions, but some of them I think some of them we got wrong, because we've got to start by spending the money where it matters locally. So that's about officers, that's about their equipment, that's about the buildings, because my local officers, most of them are fantastic people. They care about communities, and I need to give them the equipment, the support, the buildings, so they can do a great job at working with local people to understand what's the biggest issue for you in your community, and then working together to fix it. That's the secret of good policing. Sometimes the local officers can fix it on their own, sometimes they need to bring specialist resources in to help them, but it needs to all come from the local.
Very good, and God bless you. But this is the commissioner. We just want to thank him and I appreciate him.
Archbishop, thank you again. Lovely to see you again.
Bishop, thank you.
Take care.
God bless you. We have just been speaking to the Commissioner of Police, Sir Mark Rowley, for whatever he has been doing. Today, he has come to reopen the Tottenham Police Station, and we have had the time to talk to the Commissioner. And so, watching us live from Omega Live TV, police people are not there to arrest us. They are here to be part of the community. They are our friends. So people who don't like the police are our friends. I've been chairing the Broadwater Farm Resident Association for almost 30 years, and I've been working with the police, all the commanders who come to Tottenham. And so police are our friends. So you don't hate the police. You know our TV station. I think you have been there before.
No, I know about it.
Yes. So this Omega Live TV, you know, I present commissioner. I present community news. Where things are happening. You know, when the Queen died, you were there with us. When Prince Philip died, you were there with them. You have been a standing pillar of this Tottenham community by faith and by not only staying in the church. You have been working to solve problems, youth and everything. I know you, so you are my brother. So,
yes,
so what is the significance of the reopening of this police station? Because you are Mr. Tottenham, Father Tottenham.
No, but I think it's important that I think it's important that the police station here reconnects with the community. There's been a disconnect between policing and local communities, and they've had a station way out around Wood Green. But if you remember, it was on these steps that we had a riot in 2011, and it's so important that the police and community build those bridges back after Mark Duggan got killed and that big response, and there were so many outcries from the community around how the community was policed. So I think it's so important we start working together. So this is what today's about.
Met Police buildings, and this one is no different. It doesn't really belong to the Met Police, it belongs to our community, and it's so important that we've had such an investment in refurbishing it, bringing such a historic building really up to date, and I'm so grateful for everybody, police officers and staff from across the Met and externally, who have supported the refurbishment that we're here to celebrate today. If I might, just take a very quick down memory lane for myself, because although I'm the BCU commander here now, this was actually the place where I was first posted and started my Met Police career in the 1990s. Posted as a PC to Tottenham Police Station, and as I walk through every room and open every door, it brings back so many happy memories of being a PC and also a detective on this borough back in the 90s. And I did actually see, as I was standing here, a little sign for the Opera House nightclub, which those who were there here in the 90s might remember was immediately adjacent to the police building, and dare I say that also brought back many happy memories for me personally. But on a serious note, I just wanted to thank you all for your support of today's event. Thank you for being here and celebrating with us the history of this great place. And I am now going to hand over to Parai Ahmed, the leader of Haringey Council.
Thank you, Caroline. I'm pleased to say I've never been to the Opera House nightclub and never will now, thankfully. So welcome to Tottenham. It's really good to have you, and it's really good for this iconic building to be open after such a long period, and we're really delighted to be here. It's actually really good to have something positive to talk about in Tottenham and something good to celebrate. For those of us who live and work in Tottenham, of which I'm one, I live not far from here, it's good for us to be able to come together and talk about something positive. We know about the negatives in the area, we all know, you know better than us, but actually we don't want a constant reminder. What we do want is for us to work in partnership together, local authority, the police, health and other colleagues, to come together really to see how we can resolve some of the ongoing issues that we have in an area like this. And one of the things I'm really keen on is that early prevention model, which is about how we get to the root cause of some of the issues that we have. I know we've started that journey locally, and I know the Commissioner has really committed to that partnership, working with local authorities, and we really welcome that. We've got a journey and we've got things to do, but it's feeling very positive, and I know that coming together we can really achieve a lot here locally. So thank you, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our vision for policing and the reforms we're doing is about building policing from the communities upwards. The most important thing in the policing of London needs to be the view of communities, not the view of Scotland Yard. And we haven't always got that right. So part of what I need to do, part of what us senior leaders need to do, is to reset the Met so that it's the community end that matters the most, and everything else falls in behind it. Because out of the right relationship locally comes the best shared understanding of the crime and disorder challenges that you're facing, and comes the best joint solution of community, local police, local authority, specialist teams helping out where necessary. That's where we're trying to get to. And getting the foundations of that right is absolutely key. Some of our foundations in terms of how we've organised our resources and our buildings haven't always been right, but we're trying to tackle those issues so that with the right buildings in the communities, with well-equipped and well-trained local officers, we can do our part of that equation, say to work with local people, local authorities and others. So it's fantastic in that context to be saying we're reopening Tottenham Police Station, building with a fantastic history, and it's lovely to be here and see it so fantastically refurbished and officers enthusiastic about it, and for our next chapter in great policing in this borough. So I'm really pleased to be here. Thank you. So I think we're going to go through and open it. Some of us are also desperate to hear about Caroline's experience in the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, just while the BC Commander, Armett, Leader of the Council, and the Commissioner make their way to the front through the front office, if you wouldn't mind, we're going to open the gates just here, and if you wouldn't mind just going through this way with me, if that's okay. Thank you so much. Just bear with us one moment while we open the gates.
Go that way?
And while we're waiting, if I take this opportunity... Oh, there we go.
Let's go this way. Go that way,
Get a bit of view from this way. Right. Come on, Archbishop, you're a VIP. Come on. Hats on.
Runa.
I'm organising my own wedding, and this is the more of that than my wedding.
I'll never catch you, so I'll catch
Archbishop, you catch me anytime.
Yes,
how are you?
I'm fine.
Good, I'm
Yes,
glad.
yes.
And I'm absolutely loving the fact you've come in full dress today.
Yes.
Thank you.
And it's a local TV, which I do the presentation.
Yeah.
I present the program, Omega Live.
You should be ashamed of yourself if you support the police or you are a police officer. Shame on you. Shame for your abuses. Shame on standing idly by while this happened.
It's really nice to see
Mark
you.
Rowley, why won't you admit that the police force is institutionally racist, as it was in the Macpherson report and it was in the Casey report? The police is institutionally racist, homophobic and misogynistic. Why won't you admit that? You are shameless. You are spineless. I'm only speaking the truth. I'm only speaking the truth because the police are full of propaganda, trying to get our Asian and black brothers and sisters to join this disgusting police force that is not here to serve and protect, that's to suppress us and be violent towards working class and marginalised communities. Shame on all of you who stand idly by and support this. £3 billion goes into the London Met, and what do? Only 8% of crimes reported to the Met are solved. 8%. Shame on you, Mark Rowley. Shame on you. And shame on the Labour Council as well.
You're violent and you're violent.
Yes, the police station have been open. Yes. We get all this news always. We get all this news always. Yes. We got all this news always. So we are working to the place, and the new police station is being opened. So we are going. Yes.
What do you have to say about the ex-leader of the IOP
Yes.
being a child rapist? What do you have to say about that? What do you have to say about what
Yes.
happened?
The police station has been opened. There was a noise demonstration outside about people shouting that the police are institutional racists and everything. But we need, normally we have all, we can't, not all of people who accept what we are saying. But to me, the police are doing marvelous so well. I've been a police chaplain. I'm now a member of the IAG, Independent Advisor to the Police. And today, to you who is watching from the house, Omega Live TV is live, and the police station has been reopening. You see the multicultural, my own man also from my land, from Ghana, my own brother. Yes, he's a community police, and I've been working in Tottenham for how many years?
Almost 20 years now.
20 years?
Yes.
Okay, what do you see about the police, about your relation with Tottenham?
We are doing a good job at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's changed. It's
Yes.
getting better.
Yes.
So we have to continue doing up the good job.
That is good. This is my own brother from Ghana, who is also a community police for almost 20 years. Yes. Yes. That's my Omega Live TV where I do my program.
I know you do
Yes,
that, man.
yes. community news, and I want you to.
How can I see it though afterwards?
Yeah, it's going to be play on the TV. Yes. Channel 181 and YouTube too.
Send me the details.
Okay, so mention your name and what you have been doing. And
my name's Master Coach for basketball in the borough over 30 years. You know, using basketball as a vehicle to get young people and mature people going on the right track, employment, you know, education, and the likes of community. And I've been, as I say, striving for over 50 years in the borough doing my thing. With people like, you know, Bishop Freepong, Classford, and a lot of community workers, a lot of community coaches going out there doing the business, trying to transform young people's lives. And that's what it's about. Because if we don't do it right, who's going to do it for us? You know, that we've got the police there, but we can't leave it all to them. We have to transform our community as well.
So, what do you see the significance of today for the reopening of Tottenham Police Station? After all the negative things, you saw something outside. So what is the significance and the role the new commissioner has played? What can you rate him?
There's no doubt about it. I just met Commissioner, I gave him a handshake. I believe he's the man for the job because other commissioners that came around did not put their hands up to what's going on inside the force. And I say police force at the moment, but he will actually help transform it into a police service. Is that what we need? A police service to service the community, which they are. We also need a lot of young people which are in the community having fast track to join the police force. Because if we've got our community policing us, we know it's a service that they're providing, and the likes of actually information with things that go wrong will be you know, go to the police, and you know, obviously it's going to help them with their investigations. But at the moment, a lot of my community, the black community in Tottenham, are really reticent in regards to, you know, going to the police because of the experiences someone in their family has had. Someone in their family has had an engagement with the police and it's not been too nice. So therefore, that happening, we've got to recharge that, as the commissioner said, recharge it with a better policeman on the street, better policemen doing the likes of the community stuff.
Yeah, one thing about you have been working with the youth, basketball with Cransford and everything. So you are a man of the. What do you tell the youth? What do the concept they have about the policing today? Mm-hmm. What do you tell them that the police they can change their mindset and also come work with the police?
Mm-hmm. Well, I do indeed. I do tell the young people that, you know, the likes of them, they can't change from the outside. If they've got the qualification, they've got the notion, they can become part of the police that's policing us. So that's very important. I was at the college lecturing for many years, and I did a program around the military. There's not enough of our youngsters who were visiting the military and going in and using it as a career. I think they can use that, the police force, as a career to get change from the inside. So I push that in my community section when I do the basketball. We have Coach's Corner, and I'm relating to the young people with things that they can do to help in their community. And one of them is, you know, through myself, through other people that have the line, don't be shy of going to the police if there's things happen wrong, because at the end of the day, if anything happened to my family and I need the police up, I'm phoning 999. Or is it 111? Well, they've changed the number, haven't they? Yeah.
Okay, don't be shy of the police. You can go to the police are our friends, mm-hmm. and we have been working with them, and Betsy and Classford and some of the activists have been always working with the police, and police are our friends. They are not there to arrest us, they are there to work with us. So thank you for the good work.
Just a little after, I would say at least, as Bishop Freepong is saying, at least 99, maybe not as much, maybe I'd say 90% of police are going in for the good cause. But there's always some filtration. We have to make sure we have to get that filtration that's not doing good out of the police and put the good ones in place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Betsy. God bless you. Yeah, this is one of the strong members of the community, a member of IAG, and also I think you have another post for the.
Yes.
So can you introduce yourself? Tell where you come from, what you are doing here, and why are you here?
Okay, yeah, I'm Andrew Boateng, and I sit on the IAG for Haringey, so the Independent Advisory Group, and also on the Haringey Independent Stop and Search Monitoring Group, and I was a member of the Deputy Commissioner's External Reference Group and also the Youth Managers Forum in the area. I'm a local football coach, and I also do loads of youth work with Hope in Haringey. Yeah, so my concerns are for youths in the area, so I do loads of work in schools with the football coaching, and with Hope in Haringey what we try and do is do a lot of youth engagement, so we get young people to try and engage with the police, so the police come in, show what they do, the young people can see them on a different level. The way I got involved in this is through an incident with myself and my own son, in fact, which was an adverse stop and search where we were handcuffed at taser point, etc. So the reason I do a lot of this work is to try and stop these kind of things happening to young people. So I also go into police stations with the Stop and Search Monitoring Group, and we do community-led training as well to teach officers how to treat people in the community, give them an insight into the history of places like this in Tottenham where there's been loads of tensions with 2 riots, etc. And try and show them that de-escalation is always key before you go in and make arrests and treat young people in a certain way.
So Andrew, originally you are from Ghana, Boateng, my father's name.
Yes.
You said something that people want to hear, because you said stop and search. You were one of the victims.
Yes.
Tell how did it happen, and why you are now part of the policing. Tell me what.
The way it happened is this was during the first lockdown, just 2 weeks after the George Floyd murder. So I was cycling down a canal with my son, who was 13 at the time, and we were going on a bike ride, and then we went through Markfield Park, which is down the road in Tottenham, and there was a police cordon. So we stopped to see what was going on, because I do some coaching in the area with some of the kids, so I thought maybe one of the kids are involved. There was nothing going on there, so we cycled down the canal, which is just along that way, and then I was actually on a charity bike ride in conjunction with the Black Police Association, and then we were stopped by people in plain clothes, didn't know that they were police officers. It was COVID time, so nobody had any vaccines or anything back then, and somebody jumped out from behind the bush and grabbed my son. I didn't know what was happening. He didn't know what was happening. He was scared, so he ran into a bush. It was a thorny rose bush, so he got scratches all over his face. And then somebody came out shouting when I went to stop them, see what was happening. We thought it was somebody trying to spread COVID or something. And I went to go towards them, and then somebody told me to get on my knees, put my hands up in the air. At that point, I kind of figured that it might be a police officer. I turned around and I had a taser pointed at me, and I was handcuffed. My son then emerged from the bushes after a few scary moments, because I didn't know what happened, because the officer went in after him with a taser drawn, with scratches and cuts all over his face. He was handcuffed. He was then drawn away from myself and questioned. Luckily there was a kind person along the waterfront who had a phone, so I asked him to video it, and the video actually went viral at the time, because the way that they spoke to me, the way that they treated my son, they didn't stop to ask what had happened. They said, when I did ask eventually, they said that we'd been stopped and searched in this way in conjunction with a stabbing that had happened in Markfield Park. That's what the cordon was. It was a stabbing, and they said that we were suspects, as they usually say, that we fitted the description because my son had an orange bike. So I said to them, well, how often is it that a father and son on the same bike ride are involved in a stabbing together? But this was the situation. So this is why I do this kind of work, to stop these kind of things happening. It was lucky that I was actually there, because...
So you have had experience before?
I've had the experience.
That's why you have got involved?
Yes.
Yes, so it's mistaken identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is why it should be intelligence-led, because... I said to them at the time, there are hundreds of kids that fit that description around the area, so you're going to go and stop everyone on a bike that's cycling down the road.
Okay, so the importance of today about the commissioner and everything.
Yes.
Well, this commissioner, how do you rate him? Yes.
Well, I mean, initially when he first came into office, the sounds were good. You know, I've been to a couple of events at City Hall and other places where he said he was going to, you know, work towards solving the issue of disproportionality with young black males, particularly being stopped. Obviously, he's very early into his tenure. I know recently after the Casey report came out, etc., and it was remarked that the Met Police is not, you know, institutionally racist.
Yes.
So that's the thing that's obviously got everyone in the community when we know that there's things that do happen. So I mean, let's see. It's still early days. So we're all here.
Thank you, Andrew. Doing well job.
Thank you very much.
Andrew Boateng also. I think the job he's doing is a lot. So I member of IAG, youth,
the youth forum,
everything.
Stop and search.
And so we are all invited. You don't sit down. You can also be part of whatever is going on.
Yes.
You are not an island. You are also part of the community, and you can be part of us. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You are watching us live at Tottenham Police Station. How officially the Commissioner of Police is going to reopen this wonderful police station in the center of Tottenham, and we are delighted to be here the 21st of June 2023. And Tottenham Police Station is a mist. It's in the center of Tottenham. I think very not far from Tottenham, 76 Station, and also from Tottenham Hotspur's Stadium. It's just a stone throw. So once you are watching it from Omega Live TV, we are bringing this news, special news, into the where something is happening in the community. Police are very important in our life because not only protecting us, but they are part of the community. They are like our watchmen who are watching us every day, and protecting and guiding us from all what is happening here. Sometimes people see police as only just arresting the police and doing all this. No, police are there as our friends. You know, everybody needs a security. Sometimes they control traffic, the way some people drive, the way some people are violent and everything. All is happening. The police are there to be part of the community. So we see police. Some people see police men and officers as if aggressive and everything. They are only there to just trouble us and not to make us unhappy. No, police are there to be part of the community. They are friends of the community and seeing our welfare, how we live together. They are watching us on our streets and everywhere, because without them there's going to be a lot of I can say anarchy. Everybody can do whatever. But even when we have been in Britain, when we hear of police sirens, even when you are driving and you are above the limit, you calm down. It's good. So thank God we are here. Yes, we are here with one of the longest serving ward councillors, Ngaringe. I want him to tell your name, his award, and what he has been doing, and the significance of today's at Tottenham Police Station.
I'm Isidoros Diakides. I've been a councillor for 30 years in Tottenham. I'm now councillor for Tottenham Central Tottenham, the area next door here. I think it's good because there were discussions about talking about closing down the station and all that kind of thing, ensuring that it is open, because we do need the police, especially in poorer areas. It's essential. You can't do without it. Of course, the flip side of it is that they have to be not, behaving on behalf of the community and not being abused or abused by other powers that be political or otherwise, etc. But I think we're getting there. We have got a good working relationship at the moment, at least at that level of between officials, between the council and the local police. I hope that will translate very very much into the ground as well, because we got, God knows, we know we got a lot of problems. But it is good news that the facility is now confirmed to be there and to be open, so people can report quickly, can whatever is happening, they can really turn up and do their part of the civic duty, etc.
Thank you, Councillor Isidaros. You have been working hard. So what do you rate the new commissioner? If you would say something about him.
I wouldn't comment. I think they've got a very difficult job to do. At the same time, some in the past haven't proved to be as good as we would have, the community seems to have expected. But the new commissioner, I know very little about it, and I've got my own views. I think they're mostly positive, but I don't have enough to say something formally about it. Yeah.
Councillor Isadoros, and now what Councillor for Central, where Central?
Tottenham Central.
Tottenham Central.
Yeah.
Well, we are delighted to have you on our Mega Live TV, and the community want to appreciate you for offering your service for the Haringey Council for quite a long time. May God bless you and keep on the good work.
Thank you, Bishop. I could have said the same about you. How you've been serving the community for a long time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You are welcome. Yo, this is a community. So what's your name and what's the name of the horse?
My name is Kat, and the horse is called Ullswater.
Ullswater.
Ullswater, like the lake in the Lake District.
So why are you here today?
I mean, we're very good for the engagement. Lots of people like to come and talk to the horses, even if they don't want to talk to us in particular. It's really good for their mental health, a bit of well-being. They're very calming. So they're just a nice asset to have and to show off, because he deserves to be showed off.
So what is the significance of reopening the Tottenham Police Station?
Significantly, I think it should Oswald, it's not for you. It should hopefully go a long way to maybe repair and improve the community-police relationship. It gives you another place to come and speak to us, ask us questions, and just sort of be there for the community, because we are community police.
That is good. So the horses, they know what is happening today?
I'm not sure if he knows exactly. Usually we come here.
What? They are police horses?
Yes.
Okay. What is the essence of the horse?
In policing,
yes.
Most of it is public order. So we are a public order branch. He will normally come up to Tottenham to do footballs over at the stadium. They're very, very good for crowd control, but also we can see very far. We can see further than people on foot, so we can see.
Run after them.
Yeah, well, we can run after them, but also we can tell if someone in the crowd needs help, like might need some first aid or some assistance. But like I said before, they are amazing sort of engagement tools, especially with young kids who have never seen police or horses.
Okay. Thank you very much for speaking to Omega Live TV.
You're welcome.
You are
Thank
welcome.
you.
God bless you. Carry your way.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
The logo is right there on the front. I'm a camera operator too.
Marcus, fuck off! No way to agree when you get stopped and say, you can't ask, am I detained? And then you're not detained, you can walk away. The police have decided to really open up Tottenham Podcast today, so we thought we'd come by.
As long as the community in the face of water power.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Very good. It's just going to be a walk through.
And this is the manager, Augustine.
Yeah.
It's been great to meet you. How you doing?
Mr. Man, with this man, Mr. Basketball, Mr. Football.
Use the word layup. You thought that was very good.
I thought that training all the young ones that will be international everything.
Listen, I'm sorry I've only got half an hour, guys. But let's go for a walk. Tell me about your patch.
Okay, guys. come to see, make sure everything's all right. Hey, another young man grew up here, and now he's a
Tottenham, because it was a bit of a restaurant, so it's a place for us and community members. So I was opening that and had another sort of bit of time to come out for a walk with.
So where's your main base? Where are you based at?
Scotland Yard must. But I try and get out as often as I can do to community meetings because I need to see how you see policing. What do you think of us?
Not too bad.
Not too bad? That's okay, I'll take that.
Room for improvement, but yeah.
What would improve it most?
Decent, what do you call it?
Relationships, yeah. That's fair. That's what it's all about. Us working with you to issues. And what's crime like?
That's the main man.
Yeah. What's the crime like round here?
There's really
no crime.
There's no crime. If you look on the internet, if you really check, there's no this estate is one of the lowest crimes. Like, there's no robberies, burglaries, or nothing.
Great.
You know what I mean?
Good for you.
Yeah, so.
Well, it's great to meet you.
Yeah, man, respect.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, man, take care.
Although we've got to help them. And then the other thing is, which is again a challenge. Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah. You know, are you going to... Yeah, so if you you've got your team, they're all in the same... There's much to be people there and not the same what's going on?
Yeah, look at it.
looking at